Alright. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is the morning time. 8:20. Late morning. Today, we're branching out. We're branching out today. So, if you can't tell by this funky mix, sorry podcast, I can't get the music onto the app on my phone. But YouTube, you're going to hear the slight gaming music. Hence the subject change. We're going to be talking about Fortnite. Oh yeah. Yes. That's the exact... See that look? That's the look that I gave Fortnite when it first came out. Okay? Now, I'm level 120. I'm level 120 on there. Okay? And I bought a season pass. So, I used to think it was for like toddlers and like 10-year-olds. Which it was. There was a lot of those on there. But it's actually built for people like 14 to 25. So like I'm 23, so I'm right in there, right? So we're probably most of you. So just like I said, Fortnite was like the only game I could play when I first got my computer, like my setup. You know why? Because my setup is shit. So that's the only thing that would really run on it. So I just played it and played it and played it because that's all I had to play. And then, you know, I got on my PlayStation, I got my Switch, I got a bunch of other stuff, so now I'm not limited to my little computer over here. But anyway, Fortnite has been like taking over, you know, it's made tons of money, it has tons of sponsors, like tons of tournaments, tons of sponsorships, just for this one game. That, which what I'm going to tell you, was almost never going to happen. Like, this is like a story that I had no idea about until I started looking it up. And this game shouldn't even be here right now. This game should be like over and done with and should not have been on Epic Games' radar at all. So the first mention, the first idea of Fortnite was all the way back in 2011. 2011 is when they thought of Fortnite, okay? And so, background info. You're going to need to know this before we go any further. Background info. 1. Made by Epic Games, and they used their Unreal launcher. Back in 2011, it was something they were putting into production. They were going to work on it, use the launcher. And I think in 2013, they might have done something else, turned away. I didn't read too much into that one. I didn't get specifics on the details of the engine they used, per se. But Epic Games is also known for my favorite franchise on planet Earth, which is Gears of War. And they just made number 5. Like, Gears of War is top dog, awesome. If you haven't played Gears of War, fucking go play it, buy it right now. I missed it so much because I have a PlayStation that I went to GameStop the day I got my paycheck, bought an entire Xbox just for Gears of War 5. That's it. I have one game for Xbox and an Xbox. That's it. And it's for Gears of War 5. That's how good Gears is. Okay? So they did that. And like I said, the idea was pitched in 2011. Okay? Just for reference, it didn't come out until July of 2017. Took forever. Now you can get it on PlayStation, you can get it on Xbox, you can get it on Switch, and you can get it on computer. So, and it's all cross-compatible. You can play with all these people. So that's another perk to having this game as well. And the big thing they were talking about is everyone thought that this whole Fortnite craze was about to come to an end when they had the big event called The End. The End was not the end. The end is literally just the beginning of Fortnite. So the end is the end of just seasons. So when they first came out, it was like season 1, early access. This has all been early access since July 2017. So they've had 10 seasons of early access. And again, like last year, maybe 2 years ago, maybe like 2018 into 2018 and 2019, they started putting in a bunch of new fun, you know, it just keeps it updated. They got a bunch of new features we'll go into that they totally reinvented the game, which was loud because of a cheat in the system. So instead of calling it a free-to-play, and they called it an early access game, they were allowed to do things that free-to-plays couldn't do, which also made it stand out from other games and the free-to-play. So it literally branched out into 2 categories when it was only technically in one. Another thing that was just smart by them. And then a couple things too. So if you go on businessofapp.com, okay, they have all these Fortnite statistics. I'm just going to read you the ones that stood out to me that just blew my mind. So March 2019, there was 250 million Fortnite players in total. Okay, this was August 2018. Okay, they had 78 million players in 1 month. That's their record. 78 million in a month at one time playing. 78 million. Good gosh. Okay, it reached. This is on iOS. Okay, it hit 100 million in 5 months of people who downloaded Fortnite onto your app. Shoot, I forgot about that. It's also on the app. It's an app. You can get it on there. You can play on your tablet too. Not my cup of tea, but you can. You can play it on there now. I forgot that part. But okay, and the launch of Chapter 2 just came out. So that was a whole new thing. So it's not seasons anymore. It's chapters now. New information for me. Newzoo finds that 53% of Fortnite players, like I said, are aged 10 to 25. 62% of the Fortnite players, not the ones that are younger than 18, it says, that are aged 18 to 24, that's 62% of the Fortnite players. So it's mostly older people like me and you. The other 45% falls into the other age bracket below that. So the majority of players are young adults or adults, even though it's a cartoon kiddie game, which should be a factor to its success there. That should be something to look at. And then, out of the players who play Fortnite, 36% of them, it says classify them to be core gamers, which, like me, I'm a core gamer. I've been playing since I was a kid on the PlayStation 1, okay? I had the GameCube, I had the Xbox, I had the PlayStation 1. I've been gaming on consoles my entire life. I could never afford a PC to do all the cool stuff that people with giant PCs do. No, my buddy just spent $2,000 on a computer. No, fuck that. Sorry, not doing that. I'll spend the $350 on the PlayStation and the games that come out. Done. That's it. So, anyway, so the 36% are core gamers, like that, like me. Okay? 53% of US Fortnite players don't play any other Battle Royale game. Okay? This was not my first go-around of Battle Royale. Okay? The first one was a game called H1Z1. That was on computer. It was on my buddy's computer. Okay? That was, it's classified / considered the first Battle Royale game. H1Z1. It was before PUBG. PUBG ripped off H1Z1. Okay? And then Fortnite ripped off the Battle Royale part. Okay? So it went H1Z1, first Battle Royale. Then I learned about Fortnite after that because it was free, and I liked the Battle Royale, so I got Fortnite. And then PUBG came out and got views by Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, all those famous Twitch streamers, which is why it made that so popular, because they were fucking good at it, and they knew they were good at it. So that was the first Battle Royale. So that's where they kind of snagged that, and you'll see from these statistics when I go over in more detail, they snagged from a lot of stuff, but they put it all together in ways that other engines and other companies didn't want to do. So that's probably why it took so long too. Anyway, back to the statistic. Okay, the median weekly time spent playing Fortnite alone is 6 to 10 hours. So out of the 250 million Fortnite players, the average per week is 6 to 10 hours of gameplay. So, I mean, like I said, if you look at it, it's like at least an hour a day. You know, if you play an hour a day, one of those players plays Fortnite, and some play more. I played 8 hours. I played 5 hours at a time. I know that till my Switch dies, my little handheld Switch. So it can get addicting and fun, especially when you know what to do and get up there. And 2018 of October, Fortnite was viewed on Twitch. Okay, 67 million hours. Okay, that's the second highest total ever for a game ever. Okay, and then on YouTube it was 42.4 million hours, which is the highest record. That's the highest record for a game. The game's watched. Hours, people. And then July 2018, 148 hours of Fortnite were viewed on Twitch. 148 million hours. That's in July. Oh my gosh, that was last year. So that means it's quadruple the amount because there's quadruple the amount of players. Okay, these are the recent statistics that we have access to. Okay, that I could find. I searched for like 2 hours. Okay, now, so there is a concurrent Fortnite viewer in 2019. There were 7 million people concurrently following and watching Fortnite. 7 million streaming, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, whatever. 7 million people. Okay, Ninja, he's sponsored just to play Fortnite, right? That's all they want him to play. You play Fortnite, and people watch and sub to you, and we just pay you to play that game. That's the only game you play, and we'll pay you. So that guy, his name's Ninja. He was also the dude from the tablet commercial for Fortnite. Okay, he has 22.4 million YouTube subs. Okay, Tyler Ninja Blevins and Drake, the rapper Drake, they did a team up. Okay, and they did Fortnite together, and they streamed it. Had 635,000 concurrent viewers watching. Both of them play at the same time. The highest I've seen, like, a person playing Fortnite alone, other than him, like the highest I've ever seen, is like 20,000. Okay, so that's a lot. And then, so this dude, Kyle Giedersdorf, aka Bugga is his name, is the biggest earner from tournaments. Okay, he just won the $3 million prize for the Fortnite World Cup in July of 2019. One dude just won $3 million by playing a fucking video game. Okay, $3 million. Okay, during that World Cup, $30 million in total were handed out to people, sponsorships. $100 million were just for the prize, pot. So $200 million was not $200 million. $100 million was given to the prizes, like people who won. Okay, the Fortnite World Cup concurrent viewership peaked on YouTube and Twitch at 2.3 million people. That means when this ultimate badass Fortnite Cup tournament was going, okay, 2 million people, 2.2 million people were watching. Just to let you know, 10% of the United States of America is 3 million people. That's a lot of fucking people watching from their computers at home. Okay, 14.1 million hours watched collectively during the final of that cup. Okay, just insane amount of traction and looks and streamers and people can't get enough of this, which is why it drove me fucking crazy in the beginning. But now I'm fucking hooked on it, and I can't drop the game. It's like a coke addiction. I can't drop it. Like right now, my Switch is right here, okay, and I know I can be like, Fortnite's on there, even though I've already maxed out at my level. Once you hit 100, you're out of your season pass. But I want to just keep going. They put more challenges out there that are just like near impossible, that you know that if you don't get, you're gonna be really upset with yourself. But that's who I am. So the thing that makes this thing so much money is this thing called microtransactions. Okay, and 70% of the players out of the $250 million players. Okay, 70% of those Fortnite players have made in-game purchases, spending $85 each on average. Now, I just thought of that, so I had that. Now I have my phone right here. I'm gonna do a little mathy math. Okay, so let's just take 85. Okay, hold on. We're gonna take 250. Okay, 250 million. That's how many people there are. Times it by the percentage. Okay, 0.7, which is 70%. So it's 175 million, okay? Oh shit. 175 million. Wow, okay. Fuck, do I subtract that number? Yeah, okay. Here we go. Do it again. Okay, so 75 million. That's the number. 75 million people, okay, would spend $85. Look, that's what came up on my phone. A fucking fractional thingamabob, okay? It can't even put the fucking number on there, okay? Now, for those on the, that's 6.3 billion. Oh my gosh. 6.3 billion with a B. Okay. 6.3. If you take that 75 million and times it by the percentage. Okay, so we did 250, which is how many players? Okay. The 70% of 250 million is 75 million. So you take 75 million times 85, which is the percentage that people spend on in-game purchases per person on Fortnite. You get $6.3 billion. 6.3 billion with a B. Okay. In 2019 in July, they recorded 1 billion. So just on that number alone, you can anticipate how much more money is going to be there in 2020 for the tournaments. This ship is sailing, okay? And the fact that it wasn't even here is a miracle. So we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that really quick, okay? I just want to do that math because that's fucking crazy, okay? And then, so in 2018, Epic Games, they recorded their profit at $3 billion in 2018, okay? Epic Games itself was valued, the game company, at $15 billion in October of that same year, okay? Which is up $8 billion from July. So from July to October, they valued $8 million more. Billion with a B. That's my bad. Too many big fucking numbers. B, billion. Okay? Like I said, Fortnite alone made $1 billion recorded in July. July. That was 2018. It's now 2020. Okay? Now, it's been in my mind, like, why, like, how did this take over? How did this come to be? What made this game so special in comparison to others, and why is it so addicting? Okay? And then I started to dig, and they found everything in Fortnite was pulled from something else. Okay? So, the building aspect, they said they liked Microsoft, not Microsoft, they liked Minecraft. Okay, where you could build and make things and dig up and, resource to build things. Okay, they took that part from Minecraft, so you can get stone and wood, and you can get brick, wood, and steel from bashing shit in the game with your axe or your hammers or whatever, right? So you get the resources, and then you can build structures, you can build walls, and you can kind of build and use the resources to maneuver and mold the surface around you. That's from Minecraft. The Battle Royale is from H1Z1, which is the original Battle Royale game, which then also got ripped by PUBG. And I saw a quote that said, "Good artists borrow, amazing artists steal." Don't know how true that is or how deep you want to go into that, but that's pretty ridiculous. Like, these other games didn't make near as much as that. So they took all the pieces of the good games out there, the good popular shit, decided to work on it for who knows how long on the back burner for 10 years, put it all together and put it out to early access and be like, we don't know if this will take off, we don't know if it'll be good or not, but we just took all the good stuff from all the other games that are really good and put it out for this one game. Turns out it fucking worked, okay? Because $6 billion. Golly, man. The reasons why the game took over, not only because it's stolen good pieces of shit, but number one, it's a living, breathing game. The game itself changes, okay? Right now there's Star Wars in right now. The seasons change with it. You get winter, spring, summer. You get seasons with it. Like, it's an actual living game. Like, it follows the location and the seasons of where you're at. And that just keeps it more interesting for people, because then they don't get... It's like a new game every time you get it, right? So, like, every time you go into a new season or something, or a new map, or a new theme, it's like a whole new game. And then, on top of that game, you get all these microtransactions that keep you intrigued. Like the Season Pass, which gives you the double XP. It gives you all the stuff that you want. But you can earn it slow. really slow and get only like a couple things, or you can pay $9, $9.99 technically, and get every time you level up you get something, plus you get XP, like double XP, supercharged XP. You get a bunch more perks, and it doesn't cost you a regular game like $59.99. It costs you $9.99. So not only did they make the price dirt cheap for a game that was super fucking popular, but they also gave you cool microtransactions with it, other than the season pass, like outfits. You can change the character. You can change the tool that the character uses to craft things, to take resources. There's a ton of stuff that they put out there that they were kind of they doubled down on microtransactions basically, and it worked. So, and not only did it work that way, but it also the game pandered not only to young kids gaming, like when I was 16, and you know, lots of those games were like age specific, but the demographic is a ginormous demographic. It's from age 10, who has access to their mom's credit cards, to us, who know that we're living dirt cheap but love video games. $9.99 is gonna sweat off my back for a free game to play that's flawless, you know, especially on a Switch or something like that. So the demographic is right there, and not only is the demographic there to play the game, they're also there to watch it on Twitch, on Mixer, on YouTube. They're the ones who are watching them play it. And so when you watch someone play and you see how much fun they're having, you want the game, right? So you can go download it for free right away. It's not that big, it doesn't take that long. You can download it really fast. Then on top of that, you can buy anything you want in there. You can get the microtransactions, you can buy the outfits, you can buy the season pass, you can buy all of that stuff, and it's not going to cost you near as much as a brand new video game on like a console or a PC or something. So that alone is what made this thing take off. Okay? But at the end of the day, you have to realize you're being manipulated. Like, and I'm not saying you guys like you, I'm saying like me. I even bought it. Like, I even have it. So, like, for the $9.99 pass, you get all these perks, all this cool stuff, and it makes the game a lot more interesting. But the game still changes, like, anyways. Like, the map season changes. You just, with the outfits and with the season pass, you just don't look like such a noob. Which is also another big thing of how, you know, I remember playing in the beginning, and I just had the dirt outfit they give you, and then I had earned like one cape, and then I got to like level 60 something, but had a season pass, and I didn't get jack squat, but like emojis and stuff you can like send to other players, like high fives and stuff. So you don't get anything without the season pass, and so after long enough, if you don't have a season pass, then you, every time a new season came out, for example, I would pander. Ooh, do I buy this now? How about now? No, I don't need it. I don't play this much. I don't play this one as much as this one. Now that I have my Switch, and Fortnite was the first game I put on there, that it was because it was on there, I instantly bought the $9.99. Go, yeah, if I'm gonna have the Switch and be playing it all the time, I'm gonna want it. So I bought it. So it's just, they literally trick you, or they wear you down, whether you believe it or not. So I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that that's evil or anything. I'm just saying that realize that they tricked us, and we fell for it. Hard. Fell for it. And then, like I said, other than that, that money part of it, they, little of this, little of that from other games, right? So, but the big trick of it, like I put here, the biggest trick and the biggest money maker is those microtransactions. Like I said, I'm still baffled by that number. Like, so 6 billion was the number, right? 6 billion is how much they made. If 250 million, if 70% of 250 million players spent $85, okay, that is 6.3 billion. Now, I'm gonna do this for just like 100 million, okay? This is gonna be we're gonna do an example, because 100 million is a lot of fucking money. So if you take 100 million, okay, there are 365 days in a year. Say I'm 20. Say I'm 23. Say I live to be 73. Okay, simple math. Okay, so it's 40 years or 50 years. Okay, so if I take 100 million and I divide that by 50, that is $2 million a year that I get to spend in 50 out of 100 million. Okay, now if I divide 2 million by 365. Okay, so 2 million divided by 365. I have to spend, in order to blow $100 million in 50 years, I have to blow $5,500 a day for the rest of my life. $5,500 a day for the rest of my life to lose $100 million. Okay? They made billions. Billions. Okay? $1 billion. It doesn't even go that high. Okay. There you go. $100 billion divided by 50. That's 20 million a year. Okay? 20 million a year I get to spend. Divide that by 365 days. If to blow $1 billion in 50 years, you have to spend $55,000 a day. $55,000 a day to blow. Okay? People don't even make that much in a year. And you could spend that every single day and be completely fine if you made $1 billion. My gosh. And with that money, they definitely took some of that and said, more money, more marketing. Okay? They had Ninja Play. It was rumored, I don't know about this Mixer deal, that actually isn't any different. So on Twitch, it was reported he made $500,000 a month just to play the game. Okay? Now you think about it, they made $1 billion in 2018. Recorded $1 billion. Okay? At 500,000, I mean, what is it? It's like a couple million. It's like a couple million. Okay? So this dude made a couple million playing the game. Okay? That in itself is impressive. But again, with that money they made, they put it into marketing. So they put it to Tyler, who is the #1. Fortnite's the #1 game on Twitch. It's literally in the top 5 all the time. So he was up there entertaining people like hell and playing it. And then he went to in the Mixer, which is Microsoft's version of Twitch, and now he is playing on there. So he's still playing the game. So they're still paying him to play. He's on streaming services, so that's the big thing. Remember the demographics? So it spans to the people who watch video games, who play video games, and it's even been on TV and on ads on my computer. So the marketing for it has been everywhere. They've broadcasted it everywhere from all the money they made. So, I mean, that's just common business sense. You take the money that you made, you invest it back into what's making you money, and then you get a higher return. You give a little then, but then you get more back. We have 250 million people playing. If they have $1 billion, if they made $1 billion, paid like 20 million, say just hypothetically, that's a high fucking number. So it's like 3 or 4 million to Tyler. Okay, let's go 10 or 15. Okay, that's a tiny, tiny fraction of that billion you just made. And then if you want to calculate this next year with that percentage we just found, $6 billion, 6.3. So they're not sweating any of the advertising. They're not sweating anything. At this point, it's self-sufficient. Fortnite is self-sufficient in everything. You know what I mean? They could do minimal work and Fortnite would still be popular. It'd be a popular Twitch streaming site. They could never advertise again. They could literally put nothing on TV. They could put nothing on my computer. They could just have it being streamed, being played on Twitch and Mixer, okay, and YouTube. Excuse me, I forgot about YouTube. And then, that's it. They wouldn't have to do anything. It's already popular. People know about it. They would just have to keep updating the seasons and the new shit with it. And they'd continue to grow and make a ton of money. So, it's a self-sufficient game that's never going anywhere. And for someone who went from hating the fuck out of it to loving it, I don't see that as a bad thing. Now, you do have negatives, like you can have, if you're old like me, and you get kids on your team, it can be kind of upsetting and annoying that they keep talking or the mics are on or whatever, but you can mute them or play solo like I do. But and on top of that, you can get the people who are like the master race builders, which I am not. I can make simple structures and maybe get out of the way and maybe shoot you down, but I'm more of like a builder, distractor, and hunter. I'm kind of in the shadows and I kind of get kills and do that kind of thing. So, or if you come right up to me, I usually have some kind of shotgun and I can hear you with my good headphones and just wait and then go around the corner and then blast you. So that can get kind of annoying, but the popularity's there. I just wanted to go over all the details because the stuff blew my mind. And like I said, this was in 2011. They thought about this, 2011, and they just had other stuff in the works. They just kept putting it on the back burner, and it kept coming up, and they kept putting it back, kept coming up. And then we have this. We have Gears 3 to work on. You know, they had a bunch of other stuff they had to work on, so they didn't give it any mind. They didn't care about it. And then, like I said, Season 1 Early Access, if you probably look it up, if you compare it, it looks like dog shit. I mean, in comparison to what we have now. But, I mean, it was dope. Like, I still remember being like, oh, I hate this. And then I'm like, I just wish I was good at it. But it's pretty dope. This is cool. But, like I said, not until like a couple months ago, until I bought it on my Switch, did I even give a shit about this game. Like, I was PS4 all the way. But, that's it. That's it. Fortnite. Oh, I forgot about something. Advertising as well. Don't forget about the merchandise. Okay? They have Nerf weapons now. They've got fucking llama toys. They've got a bunch of stuff. So factor that into marketing too. So, they're hitting every age demographic, from the ones who play with toys to the ones who play with the adult toys, like the Nintendo Switch, like me. That can be naughty. I said adult toys. Golly, man. Now I'm just like, can I make a game that makes me $6 billion? Ridiculous, man. But anyway, if there's any other games you guys know of, want to, talk about, want me to talk about, find stuff you have input for, comment, comment on it, tell me, do something, go to Twitter, type it on there, find other shit to do this, because, like I said, some of these facts made my jaw drop to the floor, and, fuck, man, like, oh, man, I can't even imagine, but, anyway, there's something else I was going to talk about too. I know it. And I'm going to fucking hate myself if I forget about it. Yes, okay. Last one. Sorry. False alarm. False alarm. This is the last one. Okay. So, now that they know they've tricked us with microtransactions, you're going to see it everywhere. It's never going anywhere. It's going to be in your face for the rest of your fucking life. Okay? It's going to be there. It's never going to leave. You're always going to have microtransactions on all these video games. Until it just doesn't work anymore and people get fucking fed up with it. So, like for example, Call of Duty has it, Fortnite has it, okay? You've got EA and like Star Wars has it, like Battlefront 2 has Battle Pass and things. I mean, all these things have Battle Passes and you can buy new stuff and you can get these microtransactions. That alone, just microtransactions in the last year, not counting, this is just console and PC, not counting like apps on your phone, any of that stuff. Not apps, okay? Not those games that you buy, like where you can buy like more turns or buy any of that. None of that. Just in consoles and PCs, microtransactions made $39 billion. Collectively, all of that together, $39 billion. With a B, man. A B. Not million, which is a lot, but B, billion. Which is a lot times double a lot, okay? So, positive news, Fortnite's out. It's fucking awesome. Go get it if you haven't. If you don't know what that is, you've been under a rock for too long. Shave your face, get the fuck outside, look at the sun, okay? Now, also, negative with the success of Fortnite is the microtransactions and how long they're going to be in our lives. So, I can't give you that number, that answer, but I'm going to say a long, long time. Till it just doesn't work anymore. People go, I fucking hate microtransactions. They get in the way of my gameplay. Which, they're not. Unless they start doing pay to win. And no one likes that. So, till it gets too crazy, it's going to be there forever. So, yeah, that's Fortnite for you, man. That's it. That's the update. That's what I had today. Okay? The most popular game, why it's popular, and why people should have it. So, hope that helped you if you're searching for a game to play, because it's free, and technically it's only going to cost you $9 if you want to keep going higher. So, go there, get it, buy it, build it, get in the game, shoot the other cartoon characters, have a fucking good time, and enjoy the rest of your morning. I will see y'all tomorrow.